So I know there's a lot of people that are going to go into this episode and be mad as hell because all I saw throughout the entire week was excitement. This week on She-Hulk, Daredevil's coming, we're finally getting Matt Murdock, and there's no Matt Murdock. But I still love this episode, but you also have to remember what Jen said in episode, I think it was 3.
Just remember whose show this actually is.
Welcome to my safe game, and everybody, thank you for clicking on another video and joining me for a savagely awesome review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Get it? Savage, because in the comics she was called the Savage She-Hulk. Anyway, if this is your first time checking me out, hey, how's it going? My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So I like to talk superheroes, I like to talk video games, I like to talk action movies, I like to talk sci-fi, I like to talk horror, I like to talk fantasy, and I like to talk about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you are interested in, help your boy out, help me grow this channel. Hit that subscribe button so I can go from 6,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 to 1,000,000 to 1,000,000,000 to a quadrillion, whatever the numbers are higher than that. Also, if you could also help me out by hitting that like button. It'll really help with the YouTube algorithm. It'll tell YouTube that, hey, this guy's talking about something that people like. So let's push the video and get more eyes on the video, and then more people can subscribe and more people can watch. So yeah, help your boy out. Watch, like, share, comment, interact for the algorithm, or as I like to say, for the all gay rhythm, which I also have on a shirt. Support your boy. Check out my Black Gay Comic Geek Safe Haven merch store. Link in the bio below. Shout out to my friend Jabari for the shirt design. I doubt he's even watching this, but shout out to Jabari. But anyway, if you couldn't tell from the title of this episode, we are talking spoilers for episode 6 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which is called Just Jen. So if you haven't seen episode 6 yet, go check out episode 6 and then swing back over here and check out the review. And so episode 6 of She-Hulk, which actually, before I get into that really quick, She-Hulk, this season of She-Hulk is actually going to be 9 episodes and not 6. So this is not the season finale, because I know a friend of mine thought there was only going to be 6 episodes, because most of the Marvel shows have only been 6, but I guess the shows that are a half hour or less in some cases, they're going to give them more episodes. Like WandaVision was a half hour each episode. There was 8 episodes of WandaVision, I think. 9. I think there were going to be more, but because of COVID. And She-Hulk, half hour each episode. So now there's 9 episodes per season. But the shows that are like an hour in length, or none of them even hit an hour, but those episodes are going to be 6, which I think is stupid. Because something like Secret Invasion should have at least 18 episodes. But anyway, episode 6, Just Jen, where it says Jen is invited to be a bridesmaid at a friend's wedding, which is a stressful event that's compounded with uniquely She-Hulk issues. And yeah, I thought this episode was fun. I thought this episode was cute. I thought this episode was funny. And I thought this episode was like, I wish, and this is one of my biggest complaints regarding the show, I wish Jen broke the fourth wall more often, because a lot of times when it happens out of the blue, it'll be like once per episode. And sometimes you forget that she even does that. Like, she started breaking the fourth wall in the comics long before Deadpool even existed. And I feel like this particular episode just shows how much fun and quirky her breaking the fourth wall is, because I think this is the most she's broken the fourth wall in this series so far in this particular episode. And every time she does it, it works. I love it. And it's on the strength of the performance of Tatiana Maslany. I love her as Jennifer Walters. Like, she's incredible. And it makes me, I said that before and I haven't gotten a chance to do, because there's so many shows, but it makes me want to go and watch Orphan Black, which a lot of people say she's incredible in. Which, incredible, because she's a Hulk. I didn't even plan on doing that. I caught it after I said it. And I do like that as soon as the episode started, like, she let you know when she broke the fourth wall, because everybody was expecting it. I mean, myself included, that after that teaser in episode 5 that showed the Daredevil mask and helmet, or helmet rather. We thought Daredevil was going to be in this episode. She's like, no, it's going to be a standalone wedding episode, because just like in real life, sometimes weddings are inconvenient to your own life, or going to a wedding is inconvenient. And I mean, standalone story or not, I like this episode. Honestly, I think this is probably the funniest episode of the season. And so when Jen showed up at the wedding, at her friend's wedding in She-Hulk form, basically taking away all the attention, I was just like, first of all, I get it, because I probably would have did the same thing, but at the same time, I was like, that's kind of messed up. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're literally taking attention away from your friend, and this is supposed to be her day. But then at the same time, when she was talking about her friend, she was like, yeah, I haven't spoken to her in a while, and I'm surprised that she asked me to be a bridesmaid. Part of me was thinking the reason she asked her is because, oh, wait, Jen is She-Hulk? I went to school with She-Hulk? That's going to put a huge amount of attention on my wedding if I bring a superhero to my wedding. So I thought that's why she wanted Jen to be there, not because she liked Jen, but because she wanted She-Hulk. But no, like the title of the episode, she just wanted just Jen. And then who ends up showing up at the wedding? Titania, played by Jamila Jamil. And chaos ensues from there, and that's the A plot of the movie. But the B plot, which I really enjoyed, and honestly, I thought it was a cool way to introduce this character, because I highly doubt, or I don't think they're gonna introduce this character, or I never would have thought they would have introduced this character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But a character like him totally works in this comedy context in She-Hulk, and that is the character of Craig Hollis, aka Mr. Immortal. And for those of you that don't know, Mr. Immortal doesn't have that many appearances in comics, but just like his name suggests, he is immortal. He can't die. And as a matter of fact, his ability to regenerate himself, to be immortal, is so powerful that he's the only known Homo Supreme in all of Marvel Comics. Now, to do a quick background for you that don't know, in the comics, there is the Homo sapiens, which are normal human beings. Then there's Homo superior, which are mutants, the X-Men. And then there's Craig Hollister, or Hollis, who's the only known Homo Supreme. And they say that him and Franklin Richards, Galactus, are going to be the only creatures left at the end of the universe. And so yeah, introducing Mr. Immortal in this lawyer comedy show, I thought was smart. I thought was funny, and I enjoyed the B plot. And also, I will say though, like, of course he only had to have one husband, except for like, because you know I'm never satisfied. I'm like, he couldn't have had 2 or 3 male lovers. It had to only be one. I did 1, that's 2. I had to only be 1, but at least they gave it to us. All right, I'll take it. But honestly, I feel like if they really wanted to, there's so much potential that they could have with this character. Like, he's immortal. Depending on when he was born, you could have him interact with the Eternals, because they're immortal as well. So I'm pretty sure they've probably crossed paths at one point. Maybe he's met and interacted with Thor when Thor used to come to Earth all the time when they created the Norse religion back when he used to interact with humans during the Viking Age. Because as we know from the Eternals, when Thor was younger, he used to hang out with what's his name? Kamal Nanjiani's character that played in Eternals. Kimbo, what is his name? I'm drawing a blank. Kingo, there we go. So I'm actually hoping we see more of his character, but probably not. But jumping back to the wedding and Jen's storyline, after that crushing moment in episode 5 of all those men that she slept with basically saying like, I'm not attracted to Jen, I'm attracted to She-Hulk, she finally gets her moment with this guy. I looked up the actor's name. His name is Trevor Salter. He's attracted to her as Jen Walters. And I was just like, wait, I'm attracted to him. Who is this man? Like, he is gorgeous. So he's flirting with her, and they clearly look like they were giving me the F me eyes, like they were gonna go into the back somewhere and start boning. But then jumping to the end really quick, when you saw there was a website, a underground website, basically talking about how She-Hulk needs to die and sending out death threats to She-Hulk. And then they jump back to him talking to her. I was like, wait a minute. Is he a spy? Does he work for whatever this secret organization is that's trying to unalive She-Hulk and wants her blood, because this is a Marvel movie. There's no coincidence. I'm like, he can't probably just want her. Like, he's not gonna just want her, right? Or I mean, not to say she shouldn't, because that's also something I find unrealistic. Like, none of the men are attracted to Jennifer Walters as her normal. So like, Tatiana Maslany is not unattractive. And she's a lawyer on top of that. Like, you put Tatiana Maslany on a dating site, she would definitely get a whole bunch of hits. She wouldn't not get any hits. So like, I don't know, but yeah, I'm kind of suspicious of this guy, this Josh guy. But with that, we did get a little bit of superhero action in this episode, because this show is mostly a lawyer show. She-Hulk, attorney at law, but we got to see a brief little fight between her and Titania, and it was funny that she can't get drunk as She-Hulk, but she can still get drunk as Jennifer, which also puts her at a big disadvantage, because like, Titania was trying to fight her and she was so drunk that she couldn't even transform. So it also goes to show, like, whoever the main villain is for this show, if they get her as Jen and they maybe drug her or whatever, she won't be able to transform. She would be that's her weakness. And then also I kind of wondered, like, the extent of her powers in the MCU at least, where is it like her cousin Bruce, because Bruce said when he was so depressed and distraught over him being the Hulk, he tried to commit suicide. And so he said in the episode, he put a gun in his mouth, pulled the trigger, but the other guy spat out the bullet. So no matter what you do to him in his Bruce Banner form, he cannot die. I wonder if it's the same for Jen. If she were to like jump off a roof or jump off a building or whatever, would she still survive? She would just transform into She-Hulk, like kind of like what happened with Bruce Banner in Thor Ragnarok, where he jumped off the Rainbow Bridge. He was supposed to transform, but he didn't transform and he fell onto the Rainbow Bridge. And he was basically dead. Oh, my voice cracked. But he was basically dead at that point, but then he still transformed into Hulk. He came back to life. I wonder if that's the same for Jen. So like, you saw the moment where they had her face in like the crosshairs. So if like somebody were to snipe her in Jennifer Walters' form, would she still survive? Or because it was a blood transfusion, it wasn't a full transformation, that's it? I don't know. Questions that need to be answered. But yeah, so she fights Titania, she knocks out her veneer. Like, when she slipped on like that ice and fell on her face, I was like, oh, but that was funny. I started laughing. But yeah, but it definitely feels like things are really starting to kick up in terms of the superhero aspect of the show for episodes 7, 8, and 9. And I'm still curious to find out who this main villain is that wants her blood. I'm starting to think, I mean, a lot of people are saying this too, but like, is it the leader? We know Tim Blake Nelson is coming back as the leader for Captain America New World Order. So is this the start and origins of that? Is he getting her blood to re-up the gamma radiation that he got from Bruce Banner 15 or so plus years ago in the 2008 Hulk movie? Because they did bring back Tim Roth. So, and now they're bringing back Tim Blake Nelson. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. But the question is, what did you guys think about episode 6 of She-Hulk, Just Jen? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. It'll really help out with the channel. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.